Makakausap na natin via Zoom ang 2nd District Congresswoman ng Batangas at Chairperson ng House Committee on Justice. Siyempre, siya rin ho ang prosecutor ng impeachment trial nung nakaraan kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Anyway, nandito si Congresswoman Jervil Luistro. Ma'am Jinky, Congresswoman Jinky, si Danny Buenafeo sa programang Kabayan. Kamusta ho? Long time no see.
Good morning, Danny, and good morning sa lahat po ng viewers ng programang Kabayan.
Okay, Happy New Year na rin dahil simula na
Happy
naman
New
tayo.
Year!
2026. So bali sa inyo ho dadaan ito dahil kayo ang chairperson ng House Committee on Justice. So ito, yung complainant natin si Attorney Andre De Jesus. Ano ba ang feeling ninyo dito sa pagsalang nitong first impeachment complaint laban sa Pangulong Marcos?
Well, Danny, there is no official referral yet of the impeachment complaint to the Justice Committee. So, and besides, we are not supposed to comment on the merits of the case because we're anticipating already that we will be taking jurisdiction over that. But at least we can discuss the rules, no?
Yeah, sige, please. Kasi alam ko 10
right
session
now,
days, tama ba? You have to act on it?
Correct. Right now, nasa Office of the Secretary General siya.
Alright.
And then immediately it should be transmitted to the Office of the Speaker. From the Office of the Speaker, he has a period of 10 session days to include the same in the order of business of the plenary. And then from there, they have 3 session days to refer it to the Justice Committee, no? Tapos, pagdating naman dito sa Justice Committee, the committee we are chairing, Danny, no? We're supposed to first determine sufficiency in form.
Yeah.
Second is determination of sufficiency in substance. If sufficient both in form and substance, we will proceed to our third step, that will be hearing the impeachment complaint. And after which, we're supposed to resolve na whether there is probable cause or there is no probable cause, no? In which case, we will be sending our committee report to the plenary for action of the members of the 20th Congress of the Philippines.
Tama ba, Congresswoman? Magre-resume kayo, di ba?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Oo. Yung signal, okay naman? Maliwanag, Congresswoman? Hello? Congresswoman? Naku, naputol yung signal. Oo. Subukan natin, naghang siya subukan natin kahit sa telepono just in case para lang makausap. Pero malinaw yung pagkakaano niya, pagkakasabi niya kanina, yung dates kung kailan, no? 'Di ba? Yung 10 session na kailangan na transmit muna sa Office of the Speaker, tapos 10 session days, tapos may 3 days na session days na kailangan i-discuss sa Justice Committee. Okay, ready na ba sa Zoom? Congresswoman Jervil Luistro, can you hear me or can you...
Yeah, I'm hearing you now, Danny.
Yeah, okay. Napuputol Nasaan ba
Medyo
kayo?
na-interrupt lang.
Nasa Congress ba kayo?
I'm currently in the... I'm in Congress kasi merong mga engagement lang tayo with the Judicial and Bar Council as
JBC.
an ex-officio member. Yeah,
Okay. Pero, di ba, ang resumption ng inyong session will be on January 26, tama ba, Kong?
That is correct. January 26, we will resume.
Okay.
So, we are expecting, na the House members will be addressing this concern on the impeachment against the President once we resume. Kasi right now, hindi pa kami nagkikita-kita except for some members na nakasama namin kahapon during the launching of the AIPA presidency, no? Na ginanap dito sa House. And we are just few. So, sa Monday pa, that is January 26, babalik lahat ng House members and I believe that all of them will be interested to see the impeachment complaint against the President.
Okay, so bali, yun nga yung sinasabi nyo, i-refer ngayon sa Office of the Speaker. Yun ang first, di ba, timeline. 'Di ba? Sa Office
That's
of the Speaker
correct.
transmit, tapos yung Office of the Speaker will parang magbibigay naman siya ng 10 session days in which para pag-usapan yan, tama ba, i-calendar Is that the right?
A calendar.
Oo.
Yeah, that's correct. A calendar as part of the order of business sa plenary, no? And then from there, within 3 days, 3 session days,
Justice
ay
Committee.
i-refer naman sa Justice Committee, no?
Oo. Ilan ba ang members nyo sa Justice Committee?
Right now, we have 38.
38
We are
members.
38 in the Justice Committee right now.
Okay, so sa committee yan, no? At matagal pa yung proseso na bago, let's say, kasi doon sa committee level, doon pag-uusapan yung sufficiency in form, di ba? Kung talaga bang tatayo ito. Kunwari, meron hong yung possibility na meron uli na mag-file din ng case uli na pareho din ng mga grounds, katulad ng mga nakaraan kay sa VP Sara, 'di ba? Nagkasunod-sunod na ilang araw tapos nagkaroon nga ng technical issue.
Well, if an impeachment case, another impeachment case this time against the Vice President will be filed, tingin ko naman, Danny, ay
kaya?
kasi I have a lot of faith to the members of the Justice Committee. I'm confident that we can take care even if dalawa itong impeachment complaint na ma-refer dito sa Justice Committee.
So,
we are ready, in fact, to receive the impeachment complaints.
Kaya nga, so ibig sabihin the two highest positions in the land, no? Simultaneous na magkakaroon ng impeachment here. That can be handled by your committee, ang Justice Committee.
Yes, Danny. And one thing we should remember, ito po ay constitutional duty ng House of Representatives. No, we have the exclusive power to initiate impeachment complaint, no? So, regardless of kanino or against ba ito nakasampa, we should be ready and we are in fact ready to receive the impeachment complaints.
Pero very confident ho ba kayo na meron din talaga magsasalang kasi syempre magtatapos na di ba yung 1-year ban. So February 6 yun na yung pwede na uling magsalang ng another impeachment complaint against the Vice President. Are you confident? Kasi kayo rin yung una kayo yung mga leading mga parliamentarians na nag-move for the impeachment of VP Sara.
Well, Danny, it's hard to speculate, no? But in as far as I am concerned, I am the Justice Chair. I will be presiding the hearing before the committee. So, kailangan fair and just tayo in appreciating all the impeachment complaints which will be referred to our committee, no?
Okay. And kasi 'di ba ang kailangan pa rin yung 1/3. Ano ho ba ang magiging effect nito? Kasi yung paglabas ho ng Supreme Court na parang kanina kino-question nga ni Congressman Kit Flores na somehow nagkaroon din ng konting blur or yung issue dahil sa Supreme Court na sabi na bigyan na dapat kulang oras din ang ang Vice President doon na dapat hindi siya nabigyan sa mga committee level pa lang. Yung mga ganung issue ba pwedeng ma-resolve yun or yung talagang we will stick to the House rules pa rin, no? Congresswoman?
We should remember that the Supreme Court is still the final arbiter in cases of interpretation and controversies regarding our laws and existing rules, no? But I want to make it clear to the public, we cannot compare the present impeachment to the impeachment of VP Sara, no? Kasi yung kay Vice President, it was filed by at least 1/3 of the members of the House, which under the existing rules allow the House to transmit immediately to the Senate without need of referring it to the Justice Committee. That is one of the recognized modes of initiating a complaint under the Constitution and under the rules of the House of Representatives. But the present impeachment against the President is different. This is not supported by 1/3 of the members of the House. Instead, it is filed by a private individual, is sponsored by a member of the House, in which case, by all means, kailangang dumaan ito sa Justice Committee.
So yun nga.
No, that's the difference.
Yun ang reading nyo nga. So how do you view itong kasi ang pakabalita namin, ito si Attorney Andre De Jesus was once the lawyer for First Lady Liza Marcos. Tama ho ba yun? Nakikita natin sa mga social media at mga online news.
Well, I saw that also in the social media. But we cannot comment on that until and unless we have determined the sufficiency in form and substance, and I believe na makikita namin ito in the process. In the first place, if he has a genuine interest to file this complaint, he should be able to substantiate all the allegations in his complaint, no? So we will be able to see all of this once we go through the different stages in the hearing before the Justice Committee. As I have said, first is the determination of sufficiency in form. Second is the determination of sufficiency in substance. Third is the hearing proper. And fourth is our resolution whether or not there is probable cause. Along the way, we will be able to determine the genuine interest of the complainant in filing this impeachment complaint against the president.
Kasi masyadong mabigat yung sufficiency in form and guidelines. Kasi kung binabasa ko itong mga grounds for impeachment na in-outline niya ni Attorney De Jesus, ewan ko lang sa inyo bilang abogado at saka talaga namang naging kayo legal luminary na nga, mga kinukuha namin kayo for your mga legal insights ninyo. Yung sinasabi niya, yung mga foreign intervention para doon sa pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Duterte, nasabi niya bakit daw maging accountable daw ang presidente doon, allowing ang ating sariling kababayan na parang somehow ang ginamit niya pang term kidnapping, tapos yung hindi raw siya fit to serve dahil sa drug addiction, yung mga ganon. Is that something na you feel na it will gain traction sa lower house?
Well, actually, Danny, in my capacity as chairperson, I do not want to preempt the hearing that we will be conducting before the Justice Committee. But at the very least, I wish to say that he who alleges has the burden to prove, no?
Okay.
Madali lang mag-allege eh. The question is whether or not you can substantiate the allegation that constitute the ground for impeachment. That is the question.
Ito naman hong nag-endorse si supposedly binansagan din siya ng ICI na one of those contractors, di ba? Itong si Jet Nisay, party list congressman ng Pusong Pinoy. Ano ho ang saloobin niyo tungkol sa kanyang pag-endorse dito? Bilang siya as party list congressman.
I do not personally know Congressman Jet Nisay, except that I know that he is a congressman, no? So I believe naman that it is the prerogative of the House member whether they want to sponsor or otherwise, no? At ito na may karapatan ng bawat mamamayang Pilipino na gustong maghain ng impeachment complaint or ng mga House member na gustong mag-sponsor ng impeachment complaint. What is important for us is to do our constitutional duty. And that is to accept, receive in the Justice Committee this impeachment complaint and to resolve whether or not there is a probable cause to push through with this impeachment process.
Ano ho ba ang magiging kalakaran, Congresswoman, if ever na, let's say, ito na nga, tumakbo na yung sistema, nandyan na ho sa Committee on Justice, feeling ko mukhang hindi naman kailangan humarap ang Pangulo mismo sa committee hearing or kailangan abogado lang niya? Paano ba ang magiging sistema niyan?
My appreciation is he may choose to appear, he may choose not to appear. No, it's actually the discretion of the respondent whether to appear o hindi as part of their due process.
Okay. So hindi nyo naman kailangan i-obliga, no? Importante syempre respect for the position o ibig sabihin ng presidente rin yun, di ba?
Yes, and in fact, regardless of the respondent, I think it is discretion. It is their discretion kung gusto nilang humarap or hindi. But definitely, we will be sending invitation. Okay.
Sige o. Ano pa ho ba mga ibang concerns ho ng Justice Committee aside dito sa mga impeachment complaints that you are contemplating ho na somehow binibigyan nyo ho ng priority for this kapapasok lang na Kongreso?
Well, as I have mentioned kanina, no, as Justice Chair, we are ex-officio member of the Judicial and Bar Council. So we are part of the selection and nomination process of all the members of the judiciary. And that explains kung bakit recess pa pero nandito ako ngayon sa House.
Ah,
And also, we have a lot of important bills pending before the committee. It includes the Bureau of Immigration Modernization Bill. We also have the Prosecutor's Hazard Pay and many others, Danny. No? So, very fulfilling naman ang maging miyembro and even as chair ng Justice Committee because we have a lot of legislations that will truly help
yes.
the nation, the country.
Etong ano ho ba, wala bang involvement ng Justice Committee dito sa Anti-Political Dynasty Bill? Ano ho ba ang posisyon nyo rito? Marami na kasi nagsalang, lalo na si Speaker Bojidi.
I think the proper committee to assume jurisdiction over that is the Suffrage Committee, Election and Suffrage
reforms.
Committee, chaired by Congressman Zia Jong. No,
Oo.
I am also drafting my own version of the anti-dynasty bill, but I haven't heard whether that bill has been referred already to the Election and Suffrage Committee. No,
So you're also
we will look
supportive.
into that once we resume.
So you're also one of those na moving for yun nga maipass na after almost 38 years na to, Congresswoman. So
Yes,
tingin
but
mo
the
ba, are you
thing is
confident 20th Congress will be able to pass something like that na lahat pati sa media and all 'di ba sectors calling for talagang anti-dynasty bill to be passed this new Congress?
Well, at least the president made this pronouncement that
priority bill.
This should be included among
Priority.
the priority bills, no? So let us hope that this time around in the 20th Congress, magkakaroon na talaga ng legislation, at least defining what political dynasty is all about.
Yes, tama. Sige po. Oo, nakaabang ho kami at lalong interested kami na mapakinggan ang inyong mga views later on pag ito sumalang na at tumatakbo na itong mga impeachment complaints. Salamat to, Congresswoman.
Thank you, Danny, at salamat po sa lahat ng mga listeners and viewers. Thank you.
Okay, yan ho si Congresswoman Jervil Jinky Luistro ng Batangas 2nd District. Siya rin ho ang chairperson ho ng House Committee on Justice. At kung inyong matatandaan, siya ho yung lead prosecutor dito sa impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte noong nakaraan, no?